Congratulations, Jamal.
Hey, thanks for joining us after all three of you watched our one on documentaries.
Yeah, thanks a lot, assholes. Jesus Christ, you
promise-
uneducated pieces of shit.
We won't talk about documentaries anymore.
Not even once.
On this show, Documentaries Part 2.
Yeah, I have a few more documentaries for you. You know, there's this one. No.
Ixnay on the docu-A. All right, anyway, so this week, as we record this, a YouTube person or a Twitter person, somebody on the internet named Count Dankula, I assume that's his Christian born name, was found guilty of a joke.
Telling a fucking joke on a YouTube video. Hey, you know what, though?
But
wait a minute. Go ahead. You say what you're going to say, but I'm going to say something about it.
So, we're going to get into... and they're going to send him to prison. So, essentially, putting a guy in prison for a joke, albeit a bad joke, but still a joke. So...
I thought it was funny as fuck. But anyway.
Well, that's kind of the point of the show is movies that they would never in a million years make.
No fucking
now.
Not anymore.
And when you become too politically correct, you eliminate comedy almost right off the top of the heap, don't you?
Yeah, because, I mean, what else is there? If comedy is not offensive to somebody, then it's not really comedy.
All right, so we're going to talk about that, and we'll give our picks of the week, talk a little bit about... Reanimated, which is we're getting ready to shoot our second episode tomorrow.
Yeah,
so that's
going
pushing
good
on ahead, and so stick around.
When I heard about this whole thing, you know, I thought in my mind, I'm like, well, there goes Mel Brooks. I mean,
Mel Brooks
is now a fucking war criminal.
And that's because
why isn't Interpol looking for him?
Because Blazing Saddles for me would be the #1 movie that, like, here is the script from Blazing Saddles. You must make this movie line per line. They would never make that movie. They would never touch that movie.
Not even one time.
Not in a million years would they touch that movie.
I mean,
which is funny because, I mean, all of the jokes about racism are completely accurate, and they're funny, and they're still relevant,
fairly truthful, and somewhat benign in a lot of ways.
Well, it's benign
in acknowledgement.
Almost all the jokes are on the dumbass white people,
right? And it's funny.
So but they would never do it just because the N bobbins dropped way too much in that movie. Well, the other thing is, who would you get to cast in that?
Right. I mean, but even if they made it now, okay, let's say that they decided.
But, I mean, you could find a cast that could even scratch that cast balls.
Right.
If you use that same script and a good comedic director.
Actually, that movie's politically correct in its own way. I mean,
not the Irish.
In its own way, I suppose that it is, but it at least has.
But they would never make it just because it has.
Because of the honesty of it.
Because it has a forbidden word in it.
Irish. You're right.
Seriously, Irish. But, I mean, that is part of it. It has a forbidden word, a word that was not forbidden.
Unless you're Quentin Tarantino.
Or David
Then,
Cross.
Jesus, it's every other fucking word with that guy. Good Lord. Can't even get through the script. Like,
I can't remember who was trying to give him shit about it. I think it was Spike Lee was talking about Quentin Tarantino and that you can't use the N-word. Hey, fuck you, I'm a writer. I'm going to use whatever goddamn word I want to use. You know, and I agree with him. You ought to be able to use a word that people use, and people do use that word all the time.
And look, if it's, you know what? I'm not even going to go that far.
I'm not even going to say the Irish.
No, we're not going to do that shit. But I mean,
Irish. I said it. Damn it.
Oh, fucking Jesus, man!
But not the Irish.
You're gonna get struck from YouTube. A fucking community strike.
I know.
Talking about them dirty ass Irish. Goddamn filth. Oh shit. So back to what we were talking about. But yeah, Blazing Saddles has got to be.
Do you agree with me?
Oh, absolutely. Fuck, there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. Just the scene with fucking Cleavon Little and the old lady.
Oh, yeah.
Good morning, ma'am. And isn't it a lovely day? And fucking what? And that's fucking funny. And then, of course, Gene Wilder.
Of course, you'll have the common decency not to mention anyone I spoke to.
Oh, of course. I'm getting to be a regular overnight success around here. In 5 years, I'll be able to talk to him in the street.
There's a scene with a Nazi pug in it, too.
Got to choose. Oh, shit. I'm going to get arrested in Scotland. What the fuck? Another said I can't go. Does that mean I can't drink scotch?
Well, let me say this to you before we get into some more of these movies. Part of it now is not only our studio's PC, but they have to be PC on every continent now, thanks to how powerful video on demand is,
Globalization.
and globalization and all that. No, there's always been a global market. That's one of the more things.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean,
that's part of why movie making is the ultimate art form. Is that you can show a movie here just as easy as you can show it in.
And it's supposed
Russia
to
or
be the commonality of the human experience. I mean, look, people in China, people in Russia, people in Australia,
Don't
people
have
in
belly
Scotland
buttons.
are not.
Oh, that's what I heard.
No, it's the vaginas are sideways.
Oh, the
Sideways.
sideways vagina.
Yeah, come on, man, keep up. But anyways, no, they're just not that.
Well, where does your vagina go?
I'd rather not
That holds. All right.
talk about that. Thanks for bringing up a personal thing. Yeah, way to go.
Sideways.
I'm gonna censor the fuck out of you. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn, Scotland, when do you arrest this fuck? I mean, seriously, that's a fucking hate crime. I'm talking about my vagina.
Well,
Get the best vagina here.
well, no, seriously. If you're
Okay,
a
yeah.
movie producer, are you gonna do anything that makes fun of Hitler in Scotland now,
No.
or that's gonna go to the UK or the EU? The answer's
Oh,
gotta
it-
be
no, it's a chilling effect. How can it not be a chilling effect?
And Mel Brooks made a whole movie about fucking Hitler, Springtime for Hitler, one of the producers, right?
yeah,
Again.
it's and again
So everything Mel Brooks did that was funny, just about. I
Yeah,
know there's
it's
some
gone.
Nazi shit in
in History of the World Part 1. Remember they did that at the end, Jews in space, right? And the fucking Star Davis shaped spaceships chasing after fucking Nazis, right? Oh hey! I'm starting to wonder if they lost World War II. But no, I
Who
mean
is they? Who but they?
the Nazi pugs! The Nazi pugs! Kill us all. For Christ's sake. Nazi pugs everywhere!
Now this microphone is only a foot away from you, so you don't have to be so angry. Tell them in the comments below.
No way you
So-
can make Blazing Saddles.
And in part of that is because the globalist strategy, and but isn't at some point you won't be able to say anything because you'll offend the
No.
Chinese or the Japanese or the people in Russia or the Scottish or Americans or whatever.
A movie that they made to address that very issue
Was a remake of
well, speaking of which, between those two movies, Animal House, no fucking way,
oh yeah.
no fucking way.
But I'm saying, but that
And-
directly affected the storyline in the remake of Red Dawn. They changed it from China
Yeah.
to North Korea.
to North Korea,
It's ludicrous that the Chinese would be able to invade America and the means just
but for the North Koreans to do it,
right
the Norks,
is like saying that the North Koreans also have a secret moon base that they can fly their destiny. I mean, it's
How
so
you know
far
about that?
removed from reality that,
Right.
but they did so out of a pressure to please a certain market. Now it's a huge
Demographic.
market. That's, yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's a huge market, but I mean, come on, I mean,
Well,
look,
to,
either it's
specifically,
a story or it's not.
well, no, specifically because they were afraid that the government would say "ixnay" on your movie because you're using this.
Censorship's K,
That's right.
Yeah,
So yeah, Animal House is a movie that maybe
Nope.
even above.
it's an actual hate crime to watch it. Yeah,
No,
you can be arrested for watching.
I have
fucking
asked you
Animal
this
House.
before. Do they still show that on basic cable? Because I don't have cable. So.
I want to say they show it on TBS from now on.
I mean, they used to live on.
But
basic
why? I mean, what do you get out of it? You got to cut it up so bad. Well, maybe that's the point. I mean, you got, 30 minutes of Animal House and an hour and a half of commercials? Because, it's so, I mean, so many things happen that just would never happen now. Oh, don't mind if I do.
Cable. No, I think
Listen,
we watched Caddyshack for my birthday.
Oh, my God, Caddyshack.
I watched the very best.
Big swing on the llama.
And I think they could remake that movie. It's not that bad. Like, there's some stuff. They probably could remake it.
Nah, there's an abortion in it, or at least a threat of an abortion, so they'll probably...
It was an abortion, Michael!
Oh, fucking dude, the worst character in human history, and I want to get into it. Oh my God, I would shoot her in the fucking face.
Okay, well, that's a good question. Could they remake...
Again, it comes back to the Irish.
Goddamn Irish.
God.
More accurately, Irish Catholic. The
So...
reason they shot the Kennedys. I'm going to get fired from life. I know it. It's okay.
This whole show is a train wreck.
I know, right? But anyways, please continue.
What I mean... Like Godfather itself. It is...
Can you redo the Godfather?
Isn't Godfather completely racist against Italians? It's true, but still racist. Well, a lot of racism shit is true.
Yeah,
you know?
but they're not a protected group.
The Italians tried to get that going.
Yeah, and it didn't really work.
Did.
I mean, they did. I mean, and they had legit beefs. But
Sure, they had.
Yeah, I mean, but at the same
they couldn't
time,
get it going.
they're just not a protected group.
Well,
Because there's
yeah,
protected
but what
groups.
about right now?
Not a protected group. Nope,
Still,
not a protected group.
greasy Italians, wops. They're not a protected group.
Watch Family Guy. Yeah, not a protected group. Yeah, they'll make jokes about the Italians that they wouldn't make about any other group. So.
I'm half Italian, so
Are you really?
sure.
I don't know that. Like you fucking know. You know, as far as you
I'm
know.
every nationality
You
on Earth.
assume that you're
I've been
dead.
put
You
together
don't
by
know.
dead GI body parts,
Look at
man.
that
true.
Italian dog on Family Guy was rejected. I mean,
Yeah, they did. Vinny. Yeah, right. When they killed Brian off, they brought in Vinny, and they're like, gosh, this isn't really working. Let's bring Brian back because the voice is easier to do. But anyways, but yeah. But no, wait.
What other movies did you have in mind?
The other movie I was talking about, was PCU with Jeremy Piven. Cut.
insane.
The fucking cuts.
Okay, sorry.
Spend
But no,
time
I'm gonna
lighting
back up
this
and
up.
talk about this
We'll
shit
fix
for
it in
fuck's sake.
post.
I'll fix it in post. Thank God we spoke.
Well-
no, you can't make PCU now because actually,
It's been a good run.
it's curiously prescient that PCU addressed this very issue. It talked about
Except that the PC-ness in PCU is still a shadow of what
I
it is
know,
in the
right?
current
I mean,
time.
1990s wave of PC.
right,
Yeah.
you're like, oh God, maybe you guys should calm down and relax. Well, they neither calmed down nor relaxed, did they? Boy, they got awfully fucking tight. What's curious about that movie is that, like, it's supposedly like the conservative Republicans that are the big deal. It's like, yeah, because that's really your oppressors on campus these days, Antifa. But no,
Well, it's been a while since I saw that film, but I'm sure that if I saw it now, I'd be like, oh, how quaint.
right, it's fucking quaint. You know who's in it? It's Jessica Walters.
But it is a funny movie. I
great.
mean, there's a...
It's a
a-
funny, fucking
Jared-
hilarious
like,
movie,
this
dude.
fucking stoner cannot
John
tap
Favreau's in it.
can't
Well,
tap
early-
the kegs, and so Pippen
Right.
comes in, grabs up the beer taps, goes,
And he just...
and they're like, yeah!
He's like, there's 30 odd guys with no necks out here screaming for beer. Flick, flick, flick. Yeah. It was the two stoners are trying to figure
There's
it
some
out.
good jokes.
It's a fun movie.
These
It's
are
a fun
tall,
movie
man.
to watch. That's not that movie. That's the Stone Age, bro. That's the Stone Age. When the guy walks out and when they're all showed up with the Ox 45, he's like, "What, you guys think a girl's gonna go for it
I
because
thought
you have
that
some
was a
Ox
PC
45?"
shit.
Nope. The guy goes, "Hey, these are talls, man." It was the fucking Asian guy. Yeah.
Yes, I can't say Asian anymore.
Are they not fucking Asians now? I mean, for fuck's sake!
No, they're non-Occidentals.
I am going to die. I'm going to die. That's.
You're just fucking with him now.
I know, right? At this point, I don't. Yeah, sure. All right, why not? Fuck it. But anyway,
Can
so-
you remake the Dirty Harry series where I don't know
No.
if it's I think it's number 3.
No.
No.
Could be number 2. Where, one goes in there and if it ain't the mighty whitey. There's
Well,
a lot of
yeah.
stuff.
Well, he says to fucking Tyne Daly, we're going to the Oakland chapter of the VFW. VFW, very few whites. Right? Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that. It's fucking funny. And if
Yeah,
you
but
have been to Oakland, it's accurate because what San Francisco did was push all their minorities into Oakland so they live there, and then San Francisco becomes some kind of crazy dystopian shit pile
Okay,
that
so
it is now.
what's some other movies that could never
Other movies that you can never.
'Cause-
I've got a fucking great
Because
one.
the
No.
comedies are a
Yeah.
real easy one.
Well, I mean,
because
but
they
it's a
make fun of people.
comedy, right? Here it is.
But Dirty
Movie-
Harry isn't so.
Right, okay. Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah, that,
No fucking way.
Not as
No
good.
fucking way. You can't do it.
because there's
No
more,
way.
more like they're spying on girls and
Yeah, they're spying
like
on
80s
girls,
stuff, yeah.
looking at them naked and shit. Because nothing guys hate worse these days than seeing girls naked. But yeah.
I know, I hate that.
Oh my god, I despise it. Every time I see a naked girl, I'm just like, oh, stop. I can't look at that. Oh my god, my heterosexuality is going wild.
Solid gold.
I mean, what is it?
I think it mostly affects comedies. I do because horror is,
Horror is what it is.
The
There's
giant
no-
guy with a knife or a
There's
monster
no
in a suit.
PC in horror. If horror is what it is,
You could have PC. It could be more PC
You
than one.
could-
But either it's
Yeah, okay.
going to be scary or it's
Or
not.
it's not, right.
Action. There's still make movies with
There's some
explosions and
components,
guns.
but
Oh, well, now that's an
yeah.
interesting question.
What?
Is will there going to be pressure put on Hollywood to stop making movies that feature guns?
no.
Every other. Oh no, there. I guarantee you there will
You
be.
really do
pressure.
think so?
It's already starting.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Yeah, and you're starting to have actors say, or at least people pointing out to actors, well, wait a minute, you use guns, you glorify guns like Jennifer Lawrence all the time in these films. Guns are a big part of these movies, and it's not like you said freeze the film because of it. If you take out gun violence from Hollywood films, you've just eliminated half of all Hollywood films.
So what are we
and
gonna get,
probably
like a-
3/4 of all TV shows.
Is it all going to be kung fu movies? Is that going to be the resurgence now? Is this all kung fu movies? Imagine if you took guns out of The Walking Dead. How would you watch the fucking show?
No, it'd just be.
It would be a really brief episode. You know, everybody uses clubs. I mean,
Yeah,
how are you going to play this game?
Right, yeah.
Okay.
But I think that's it's kind of the way that you cannot smoke cigarettes anymore in a movie without that is in the ratings now. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
And rated R,
It says like yeah,
cigarette
tobacco
smoking,
use.
tobacco
right.
use or something like that, and that could actually get you like a TVMA or something on.
Isn't that fucked up?
It's crazy.
I mean, that's fucked up.
So okay, how about this? Sunset Boulevard. Old lady fucks William Holden, who chain smokes like mad. Like,
Yeah,
oh my
me
god, there's so
too.
much stuff in that can.
Nowhere.
It's weird, but I do think that it's clear
It's a war on honesty.
that censorship is becoming a real self-censorship, and governmental censorship is starting to become a legitimate fear for any artist, I would say. But if you're a major movie studio getting ready to bankroll a $200 million film, damn right you better be worried about censorship
And
from
it's-
specific countries or specific segments of society
It's the
that are all who have access to the internet.
It's the acceptance of censorship that allows it. It's the acceptance that you for 2 seconds, for 1 second, would contemplate that this fucking guy should go to prison for a fucking joke for an instant.
The same kind of joke that Stephen Colbert had done on CBS,
Yeah.
but
That-
it wasn't a dog doing it; it was a grown man
That
doing
multiple people have done. That think there hasn't been Nazi jokes.
it. Mel Brooks has done at one point though.
Yeah, multiple ones.
And what's
What
funny
is
is that
real?
the censorship, in a lot of ways, it does come from Hollywood itself, or YouTube, or other Twitter, whatever. But they are censoring their users essentially. They're censoring themselves, and that is in its way scarier than the government doing it. Because
Yeah, it's
Scotland
scarier
doing
when
it is de facto wrong. It's just come on.
But
you've
it's
made
scarier-
You've made dumb jokes
Right.
into a high crime.
It's scarier when it comes from the people.
It
It's
is.
scarier when it.
I don't know if
comes
it's scarier,
from-
but it is. It is
well,
scary. It's scary. to
That's
have
where
it.
it becomes zombie, isn't it? I mean, that's.
Could,
oh
uh,
God,
could you-
no! They try to pretend that movie doesn't exist. No way.
It-
No
How about
one's
this?
even attempted it.
Could you remake Idiocracy even?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Well, he couldn't get distribution.
Well, right. He
Fucking
couldn't even.
A. He
He
couldn't
finished
even-
the film and he
he
still
couldn't
couldn't make
even-
it.
couldn't even get
Yeah,
distributed.
they cut him off of money. That's why some of the effects are janky in
Right,
that film.
'cause-
They're just like work print special effects. Yeah, but again, though, a comedy. But it is funny that there are no funny movies.
You know, it's funny.
When's
is
the
that-
last big, huge Animal House size hit from Hollywood? Not the Bachelor.
for a comedy?
yeah, I would think it's not the Bachelor, but the Bridesmaid or
Bridesmaids?
but the one with the dudes, the 3 guys, Galifianakis.
Oh, The Hangover.
Hangover.
The first
The
one.
first one was
not the fucking.
was a huge hit.
Yeah,
Right?
they contractually obligated second and third one.
But that first one was a big, big movie. I'd say that's probably.
But there's
about-
nothing wildly. There's nothing that you.
Oh
would
no, I
look
think it's
at
a
as
trash movie.
offensive.
It's not.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny that Tyson's in it, but
But that's kind of where comedies are stuck in. Is you have to be very vanilla.
yeah,
Very vanilla.
can't be too offensive, can you? Because jail time for offense.
So live free or die. Okay, coming up next, our picks of the week.
From the I got one for you that's gonna fuck you up. Or, you know, Orson Welles, or other,
Shrek.
or Ray Milland, or Shrek, right? I could do that. I could be Perry Mason. You, on the other hand, barely qualify as human. I mean, you only just crossed that threshold because you only have 2 arms. I mean, that's the only qualification.
Yeah, you're like a gray alien or something.
Exactly. Seconds away from the thing, right? Like, if I was to put defibrillators on you, oh, yeah, he said, he like, cut me loose, damn it! Cut me loose!
So what's your From the Vault pick of the week?
I have one for you. This has been the subject of so much hate in my house that I have to let it out. I have to let it out. Now listen, I'm going to set it up, okay? Gigantic spoiler alert.
Oh, don't do this.
No, what the fuck am I going to do?
Just tell about the...
All right, because
It started strong but didn't finish well. I don't know, just... Use your brain for that guy.
Okay, anyways, it's the Netflix original, which is beginning to sound an awful lot like sci-fi original, isn't it? The Netflix original movie, The Open House.
Otherwise known as Their House the Open.
Yeah, The House in the Open, I don't know how to end this fucking movie. So, okay.
It's a murder mystery or
the
something?
setup, it starts out with, you got a little nuclear family. It's the mother and father and son. And they're having some fun. Sorry about all that. You're going to put me in fucking jail, too? But, anyway.
Yeah.
So, you got a mom and dad and a son. And they're having some financial trouble. And they're talking about it a little bit. And the son and the dad go out for the evening to go pick something up. He, like, drops some eggs or some shit. So they drive to the store, and in the process, the dad gets killed, right? So now you got the mother. No, it was a car accident, which is never really explained. But you feel like it's going to come up later, but kind of doesn't.
So the dad gets wasted going to the store for eggs.
Right, yeah, and by a car.
Great
right,
story.
Right, so far so good. But, okay, so...
Speed it up there,
I'm doing the best I can with your constant interruptions, you
better.
cocksucking piece of shit.
Do better.
Filthy Nazi bastard. Anyway, so they end up, through a series of circumstances, they end up staying in this mountain fucking mansion, right? Her sister owns it. She's like, hey, every Sunday you got to be out of here because they're having an open house.
Real Overlook Hotel there.
Right, totally. And so they take you up there to this hotel, or this fucking mansion, which is really nice. Shot well acted, nice relationship between mother and son. It's pretty cool so far. Right, and they're starting introducing wacky-ass characters. Like, they got an Annie Wilkes type, Alzheimer's kind of chick who's freaky up there. You got a little too helpful clerk there who introduces himself and gives her a number and shit. You got a lot of wacky-ass characters, some cool setups. You're like, ooh, wow. And then, like, somebody's fucking with them at the house. Like, there's clearly someone in the house moving shit on them and doing, like, the whole a stranger calls kind of thing. So you're set up for intrigue. You're set up for, wow, this is really good. And it's well shot.
So the first half hour is pretty good. First, even 45 minutes.
Right. You're like, oh, this is pretty good.
And then it's just the bet.
You're drawn in. And then you get to the rising action and the climax. And then the movie literally takes the ending and chops it off. You have, spoiler alert, no fucking idea what happened. Not one first clue.
So no resolution to any of the threads.
The mother and son
don't
never
get to
reconcile. The fucking, nothing ever happens. You have no idea why anything happens. None of the characters are connected in any way. You learn nothing. It's awful. I mean, it upset my daughter. She was like, what? What the fuck just happened? What the hell? You know, she was upset. I'm like, I'm upset because I wasted time watching this fucking movie.
Imagine a better ending. It's like,
dude,
it's up to you.
We had to make up endings. I'm like, well, this is what I think happened, but that wasn't the point. That wasn't what they were trying to do.
No, but you're still talking about it.
I'm talking about to tell you to avoid the fucking thing. Don't watch it. It fucking sucks.
I don't watch shit on Netflix unless I'm forced to.
You absolutely have to. I feel you. But at the same time, I'm telling you, Netflix people,
even
avoid the open house. Fuck you. It didn't end good. Go fuck yourself. People who made open house.
Like even a show like
Saying the movie
Daredevil.
raped you.
Yes. I was Me Too. Me Too. Me too for open house. I was Me Too.
Hashtag me too.
Yeah, so that's what happened. But yeah, even with Daredevil and even with The Punisher,
What I have been watching,
give me a bad attempt.
well, no, what I've been watching is Battlestar Galactica.
The Edward James almost.
Yeah, the Edward James almost
Yeah.
Galactica, and it's staggeringly good. It's humbling how fantastic that show is. I mean, it's not always perfect. They do some crazy plot lines, as I recall. And I'm only like eight shows into the first season. The writing's so good. The casting is as good as you will ever see shit in a movie. Much less
Really?
in a fucking sci-fi TV show. And, dog and sci-fi, and like most of the sci-fi movies are terrible.
Sci-fi's tough, man.
Yeah, it's rough. But this show is so good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better than the original season of Star Trek. I mean, it's just...
Wow.
It's aged
Great.
like wine.
It is aged incredibly well. It's more relevant now than it was in the
No shit.
immediate post 9/11.
That's cool, man.
It's
the
just so
era
good.
that was made. Yeah.
Edward James almost is just a fantastic actor.
I do love Edward James almost.
Cannot hate him. I mean,
It's almost impossible, isn't it?
he's.
I mean, he's.
It's
kinda
not
like-
just that he's a great actor, though. He also is the right age, has the gravitas. It's,
Yeah, he
You
does
believe he's
kind of nail it down.
He has the thing that Shatner has.
He's got it.
You know why Bill Shatner
Yeah.
was so believable?
'Cause
Because
he's
he
charismatic.
probably would be able to do it himself in real life at that
Yeah.
age. I
So
mean, just-
ask yourself this question: would you snatch up an AK and follow Edward James almost?
absolutely.
Probably,
if he
yeah.
came in here right now, we have to go kill him.
You remember that bit?
I believe you.
Do you remember?
So
that,
say we all.
So say we
Oh
all,
wait!
man.
Do you remember
Yeah.
that restaurant in Ypsilanti we went to, and the lady who came out was like,
Oh yeah. Yeah, I
the
do
greatest
remember
thing that ever happened to her
Yeah.
was Edward James almost coming into her shop,
Yeah.
and then she brought the picture out and everything. That was fucking cool, and it,
And that was before Battlestar Galactica.
yeah, and it was cool because he was fucking cool. I mean, he did a lot of good show, a lot of good work.
Well,
Edward James
it's not
almost-
just him; it's everybody. It's
Dude,
all the kids in the
He's
cast.
in Wolfen, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's the
fucking
wolf.
Wolfen. All right, he shows good with a wolf reference.
Blade
I'm
Runner
sorry,
and all
continue.
that.
Yeah, Gaff.
But so, I mean, honestly, that is what I most want to watch now. Is just binge 2 or 3 episodes of that on Fridays, just because so well written. You want to talk about a show that squeezed every dime they had onto the screen. The effects are still hold up. They're amazingly good for fucking now 14-year-old effects or whatever. I mean, really a stunning.
How
It's
does
so
it-
good. It's so much better than any movie that has been out for, and that includes Marvel, which at this point I almost can't bear to watch.
Yeah.
Just 'cause, you know why? It's like this. I did not like Civil War. I thought that was a very poor film.
It was surprisingly
Considering
pedestrian.
the
In
assets
spite
that
of right, I mean, come on, dude, you got a lot of firepower there, and that was
Wait a
the
minute.
best you could
You have
muster.
Chris Evans as Captain America.
The greatest Captain America.
You
ever.
have
Robert
Iron
Downey
Man
Jr.
as Iron
is
Man.
the best one.
Right. I mean, you
have
literally have Iron Man.
Paul Rudd as a pretty kick-ass Ant-Man. And whoever that fucking kid is. Who
The
plays
kid is great as
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. They're all
Andrew something or other? I don't know. I don't care.
great.
You're
They're
fucking
all
five.
very, very well cast.
Yeah.
That's part of the genius of the films, but then to waste that on a story that didn't make a lick of sense.
really flat. Yeah,
Yeah,
really sort of a yeah.
So, yeah, here's this little 10-cent sci-fi show that blows anything that's out now out of the water. It just blows it completely out of the water. And it's like, wow, how is it that the show is so much better than what's out now? And part of it is because they deal with real stuff. Like, we have to blow up an entire ship because we think there might be a tracker on it. And it's just as simple as that.
Portlandia, the
I've seen it.
very good IFC show. does a whole bit about
Were
two
they stuck
people.
in the 90s or some shit
No,
there or
no,
something?
there's two people who binge watch fucking Battlestar Galactica to the point where they
yeah.
where they stop paying bills and shit. They like in their house won't leave.
Stop going to work.
Right, they stop going to work, they lose their
Stop
jobs,
eating.
and eventually get to the point where the show ends, and they go find a guy in their town named Ronald Moore, who's not the fucking
yeah.
writer.
Not Ronald D.
Yeah,
Moore?
he's this black guy that they track down. He's like, who are these crazy white people? And forces him to write a new episode. Oh my
Yeah.
god, it's fucking genius. Dude,
I
it's
should see that,
fucking
yeah.
great. It's a great episode.
Well, listen, I can understand that because
Yeah.
it's that good of a
It's
show.
fucking funny,
I mean,
dude,
it
so-
is that good.
Big props to Portlandia, the best unappreciated show in the world.
I've only watched Galactica
It's
through,
very
I
good.
think, once. So I've only seen it in the original run through. Maybe I saw it twice, but I mean, it's been a long time since I
Yeah.
saw it, and it is just a staggeringly good show
It's a good show.
about all these very relevant things that, like I said, I think it's more relevant now than it was then. So I mean, that's. Let's talk about. There are some movies opening up this week. Today it was a Pacific Rim opened up.
Can I
Some of the
t-
bigger movies are starting to come out. So
Can
let's
I
talk
tell
about
you
that real quick.
something that I really want to see?
You and Brad Pitt bumping ding dings.
No. Want to see.
Docking.
Not that I've already experienced.
Docking. That's called docking.
What?
Is that what it's called? Did you call
When you wrap
it? You
your
made that
hand
up.
around another-
You made it up.
No, it's when you wrap a dick around.
When you
another dick.
when
like you
when
stretch
Brad
the
Pitt
skin.
puts his ball sack over your head like a shroud.
Not the skin of one dick around
Is that
the
a
other dick.
what? Is that a thing? Is that a
It's
thing?
called docking.
You goddamn liar! What the fuck?
not kidding.
Get out of the room! Get out of the room! You're not real! You're not really here! You're an illusion brought on by too much booze! You fuck! Die!
Solid Gold is the name of this show.
Great show, by the
How
way.
does every show get worse?
I
than
don't
the
know.
last?
I blame
This is
you.
the worst show ever.
Because you're ugly.
Of any type.
That's why. It's your ugliness that does
I'm
it.
not ugly. I am mad. He's both fatter and uglier and way louder.
I am so much more handsome than you. It's not even funny. I mean, not even a comparison. I mean, this is like fucking. This is like Brad Pitt, right here. Okay, Brad Pitt compared to fucking. Well, I don't want to be a dick. Well,
So in
okay,
this,
wait
in
a
this
second.
equation
Yeah, I
that you've
do.
worked out
Right.
for yourself, you would be the Brad Pitt.
Oh yeah, and you'd be like Boris Karloff, if that. I mean, you'd be like more like.
This
Ernest-
way, master. Come up to the
I
lab.
was thinking more like what's his name?
Like Richard
Imhotep
O'Brien
or what the fuck?
Ash. Bruce Campbell.
Oh my god, you never. Oh no, come on, Bruce Campbell's a good-looking guy.
Yeah, he's a lot better looking.
Call me.